Every night at 2047 a.m., when the hospital corridor was quiet and empty, she thought about him. She thought about him. She thought about whether he had eaten dinner, whether he had remembered to study for his exam, whether he was sleeping enough, whether he knew, really knew, how much she loved him. Her name was Fatima. She was 38 years old, and she had not watched her son wake up for school in 3 years, because every morning when he woke up, she was just arriving home. The most powerful love in the world does not announce itself. It shows up quietly, in the dark, and keeps going. 3 years before this night, Fatima had been a factory worker. Day shift, home by 4, dinner ready by 6. A life that was hard, but whole. Then the factory closed, and the only job she could find that paid enough was a night cleaning shift at the hospital. 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., 5 nights a week. She did not discuss it with anyone. She did not complain. She simply looked at her son and made the calculation that every parent makes quietly in the middle of the night. His future was worth more than her comfort. Full stop. For 3 years, they lived in the same house and barely saw each other. They left each other notes on the kitchen table. She left him meals covered in the fridge. He left her drawings sometimes, little cartoons that made her laugh when she found them in the morning. Some love stories are not told in conversations. They are told in meals left in the fridge and notes on kitchen tables. Yusuf knew. He had always known. He understood what the night shift meant. He understood what it cost. Every morning he heard her come home, he was always awake. But he pretended to sleep, because the only thing she needed, the only thing he could give her, was the belief that he was okay, that he was rested, that she did not need to worry. He cried sometimes in those early mornings, not from sadness, from the particular overwhelming feeling of loving someone so much that you ache with it. And then he would get up and open his books and study, because that was his answer. That was the only language large enough. When someone sacrifices their comfort for your future, the greatest thing you can do is take that future seriously. When Yusuf was 17, he applied for a national academic scholarship, full funding, university covered completely. The kind of thing that would mean his mother's night shifts could finally end. The results were due on a Tuesday morning. His mother was asleep after her night shift. He sat at the kitchen table alone and waited for the email. He had told no one it was coming. He did not want to add to the weight she was already carrying. If the answer was no, the email arrived. His hands began to shake. Mama, I need you to wake up. I am sorry to wake you, but I need you to wake up right now. She took his phone. She read. Her hand went to her mouth. You got it. You can stop. Mama, you can stop the night shifts. You can sleep at night. I need you to be able to sleep at night. I need you to be able to sleep at night. The moment a child's success ends a parent's sacrifice is one of the most sacred moments a family can share. They sat at the kitchen table together, for the first time in 3 years at the same hour of the day. Mama, did you ever regret it? The night shifts, all of it, not for 1 second. But you were never here. You missed everything. I missed the mornings. But Yusuf, I was there for all of it. Every exam you passed, I felt it when I found your results on the table. Every time you left me a drawing, I carried it in my pocket all night. You were with me every single hour of every single shift. I was never away from you. I was just in a different room. He had spent 3 years thinking she was missing from his life. She had spent 3 years carrying him with her everywhere she went. A mother's love does not require presence to be felt. It is in the meal covered in the fridge, the note with 3 words, the light left on. 4 years later, Yusuf graduated with honors. He stood on that stage and looked out at the audience, and found her immediately. She was not hard to find. She was the one crying before they even called his name. This is yours too. This belongs to you as much as it belongs to me. More than me. No, it belongs to you. I just cleared the path. Then you are the most important person in the story. She had cleared the path. 3 years of nights, of tired feet and aching back, and her son had walked it all the way to here. Behind every graduate, there is someone who worked in the dark, so they could shine in the light. When did you last truly look at the person who sacrifices for you? Not a quick look, a real look. The kind where you actually see the tiredness behind the smile, the years in the hands, the weight they have been carrying without telling you. Most of us are walking through lives that were built by someone else's sacrifice. A parent who worked a shift they did not want to work, someone who made a quiet decision in a quiet room that we will never fully know the cost of. If you can go and find that person today, not with something expensive, just with your full attention, your genuine presence, the look in your eyes that says, I see you, I know what you did, and I will not waste it. My mother left me hundreds of notes on the kitchen table. I kept every single one, not because they said anything grand, but because every one of them said the same thing in 100 different ways. I am here. Even when I am not here, I am here. Go and find the person who cleared your path. Look them in the eyes and say thank you like you mean it. Who is the person who worked in the dark so you could shine in the light? Drop their name in the comments, or just say, I know who it is. This video is for them. Share this with someone who needs to be reminded that what they are doing matters, even if no one can see it, even if it happens in the quiet of the night, when everyone else is asleep. It matters more than they know. Subscribe to Rise Tales for a new story every week, because the greatest stories ever told were never told loudly. They were lived quietly, by people who loved without needing applause. This is Rise Tales, real lessons, animated lives. And your story? It starts right now.